highlighting the critical role of the .ng domain in Nigeria's digital growth. So during the demonstration, NiRA also showcased the .ng domain dashboard, which tracked the growth of .ng domains across various extensions and provides valuable insight into domain performance. NiRA also participated in cybersecurity and digital age session, which was led by the head corporate services, Mrs. Busayo Balogun. 5.6, NiRA sponsors a National Association of Computing Students, NACOS, convention. So NiRA sponsored the National Convention of NICOS, which was celebrated in 30th year of impactful contribution to the tech ecosystem. During the convention, NiRA's representative, Mr. Shehu Mohammed, the Network and Infrastructure Officer, shared valuable insight into the association's pivotal role in Nigeria's internet ecosystem. 5.7, Nigeria Internet Governance Forum, NIGF 2024. The NIGF 2024 held from 15th to 17th of October at the Tamara Center, Women Development Center, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The event featured panel discussions and interactive focus workshop focused on digital inclusion, cybersecurity, data governance. The president, Mr. Kinsanya, gave a good remark at the event. 5.8, NiRA co-hosts Afri Cities Cafe Digital Policies and Engagement Series, DPES 20 Lagos edition. We co-hosted this event, and participants had opportunity to engage in discussions on the Nigerian domain name system, the current state of Nigeria's internet infrastructure, the NG domain, NiRA's role in the Nigerian internet ecosystem, and policies, the internet, and users. 5.9, other engagements NiRA held during the year 2024. NiRA was also represented by staff and board members at various and other conferences, including the ICANN 80 and 81 meeting in Kigali, Rwanda, and Istanbul, Turkey, respectively. A major highlight at the ICANN 80 policy meeting at Kigali was the presentation by the head corporate services, Mrs. Busayo Balogun, on some of the initiatives implemented by .ng registry to drive digital innovation. NSO also, there was also a meeting, the meeting was held at that ICANN 80. She also highlighted some of the initiatives, including implementation of NG registry dashboard, which is a centralized platform that offers insight into .ng name activities. So I will go to 6.0, the 2024 16th AGM hybrid. The 16th AGM held in a hybrid format on the 30th of April 2024 at Radisson Blu, Lagos. The event not only celebrated NiRA's impressive achievements in 2023, but also set out its strategic vision for the coming years, demonstrating resilience in the face of economic challenges. The president, Mr. Deshala Kinsanya, highlighted the organization's significant accomplishment in 2023, especially the numbers as reflected on this document. Our chairperson, Mrs. Ibukun Odushote, also emphasized the significance of the AGM as a time to reflect on NiRA's achievements and to chart a progressive course for the future. She expressed her profound sense of gratitude and appreciation to all members whose dedication and commitment have been instrumental in NiRA's continued success. 7.0, Tech Convergence 1.0 and the 2024.ng Awards. The two-day event commenced on 28 November with the theme, Innovating Nigeria's Digital Future Through Tech and Creativity. Featured insights, discussions on emerging technologies, and some of our members attended that event and encouraged some of us to also participate in 2025 edition. The emphasis, speaking at the event, the Commissioner for Innovation, Science and Technology, Lagos State, so Latu Bosun Alake, spoke on a Shaping Tomorrow, the role of state-level collaboration in building a tech-driven future. He made mention about what they're doing with LASREC and also open to work with NiRA to achieve greater results. The biggest award of the night is also coming to the .ng Awards 2024. The biggest award, the general award category had a total of 19 award recipients, while the presidential category had 15 award recipients. The biggest award of the night, the company of the year, was won by Nibox Payment System Limited. Other awardees, other people that got awards we also mentioned. 8.0 NiRA accredited registrars. Based on NiRA's 3R model, registry, registrar, and registrants of operation in the administration of .ng CCTLD, NiRA does not handle the registration of domain names directly. Registration, renewal, and transfer of domain names are handled through the platform of NiRA accredited registrars. NiRA has accredited registrars from different parts of the world. As December 2024, a total number of additional 23 registrars successfully completed the accreditation process and onboarding training. These registrars satisfied all the necessary criteria and requirements, demonstrating their dedication to excellence and adherence to NiRA's established standards. So in total, as of December 31st, 2024, NiRA's accredited registrars stood at 137. So working in conjunction with our accredited registrars, NiRA will strive to provide quality service to the registrants and to the public. 9.0 corporate social responsibility. NiRA remains committed to its CSR by giving back to the society through the special purpose vehicles, the Indico Carlo Foundation, and .ng Academy. NKF has several objectives, including promoting child online safety and reporting abuses of internet users, encouraging positive entrepreneurship, opportunities for young internet users, promoting research and development in the domain name industry, and providing grants and scholarships to talented ICT and internet developers and startups. So there's a concise report of NKF 2024 is provided here. One of which is the Child Report Abuse Course Program. There was a pre-summit webinar. There was COSPRA Summit, Teachers Engagement Program. Number 2 program they held was also ICT Knowledge and Entrepreneurship among Youth, ICT Key. Training scholarship, there was no scholarship in Q1 and Q2, while Q3 saw a call for additional IT training partners, and Q4 focused on web design training for 88 MDAs. Interventions and sponsorships hosted events like International Girls in ICT Day and STEM training with 600 young girls, and supported hackathon and cybersecurity workshops for youth. NKF also sponsored 4 organizations with focus on bridging digital literacy and gender gaps in ICT, totaling 155 persons. Number 3. We have shows that there was Tech Career Outlook, which was done on February 7. NiRA launched Career Outlook 2024, focused on advancing careers in technology, specifically within the domain names system sector. The second thing is career talk and stakeholder engagement activities. In 2024, the Academy successfully expanded its outreach and stakeholder engagement initiatives, focusing on career development, digital skills and enhancement, and supporting young professionals in navigating the tech landscape. The summary of the report is seen on page 20 of the AGM document. Page 20 and 21 talks about the event they held with Last Verb, Global Tech Africa Town Hall, participation during Nigeria Computer Society International Conferences, JCI, I believe this is Ekiti State University, the Health Enterprising Leader Summit. NiRA was also invited by RCCG Fountain of Life Water on June 16, 2024, during the Father's Day engagement to deliver a presentation on positioning for career growth in tech. Number 3, capacity development initiatives. In 2024, the Academy played a pivotal role in enhancing digital capacities of MDAs through specialized training programs focused on UI, UX principles and website performance optimization in line with the federal government's scorecard for ranking MDA's websites. Some of the trainings were listed here on the document. Number 4, reseller entrepreneurship program restructuring and collaborations. So in 2024, NiRA successfully restructured the reseller entrepreneurship program to drive .ng business growth and unlock new opportunities within the registrar market. This revamped initiative, designed as an incubator program, provided comprehensive training tailored for eager learners, including students, members of various organizations. So some of the registrars that participated were SmartWeb, Layer VATS, CF Host Lag. They played critical role in shaping the new curriculum and mentoring processes. So to pilot the sustainability of the structured program, NiRA collaborated with Nigeria Economic Students Association, NESA, OAU, and JCI Nigeria Collegiate Conference held in Irorin, Kwara State by giving each organization 50 scholarship slots for the reseller entrepreneurship program. Cybersecurity Awareness Month achievements, October 2024. In October 2024, NiRA marked Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which is a critical initiative designed to raise awareness about measures individuals can take to stay secure online. I'll go to 10.0. Association matters. Is it part of this? Is part of this, right? Association matters. NiRA remains a stakeholder-led organization. The NiRA membership grew at the end of the year 2024. NiRA had a record 807 financial members, 655 individuals, and 158 corporates. Board of Trustees. The Board of Trustees, BOT of NiRA, held their statutory meetings throughout the year. 2 virtual meetings in July and October 2024, 1 in-person meeting in April, respectively. Executive Board of Directors. In the year 2024, the Executive Board of Directors held its statutory meeting online and in person. The Executive Board continued to utilize other platforms such as WhatsApp to deliver prompt decisions and support the achievements of all NiRA's deliverables. Committee meetings. NiRA maintained 6 committees of the board during the year 2024. Membership of the committees include members of the NiRA Executive Board of Directors, NiRA accredited registrars, members of the association, associate members, as well as relevant members of staff who work in specific areas of the committees. Based on the mandate, these committees advise the NiRA board on the management of the activities of NiRA. The chairman of the committees report to the NiRA Executive Board and rely on support of NiRA management team. 10.4, NiRA Secretariat Administration. The NiRA management team reports to the NiRA Executive Board of Directors through the Chief Operating Officer, who is the head of the NiRA Secretariat. For 2024, the office of the Chief Operating Officer remained vacant. The head of technical services, Mr. Habib Wahab, and the head corporate services, Mrs. Busaya Balogu, steered the affairs of the Secretariat with Mrs. Busaya Balogu serving as acting secretary to the Executive Board, NiRA Executive Board of Directors. The web services administrator exited during the year, and a new head of business development was engaged in October 2024. A program and training officer for the .ng Academy was engaged in June 2024. NiRA remains steadfast in its commitment to building staff capacity through continuous investment in both technical and professional development. Over the course of the year, staff members actively participate in a range of activities, workshops, seminars, training, conferences, all designed to enhance their skills and competencies. These efforts have played a key role in boosting organizational efficiency and effectiveness. 11.0 Activities of dispute resolution experts. All the disputes were submitted in the year 2024 were resolved through informal mediation by the in-house experts with the assistance of the registrars on record for the specific .ng domain name. Growth in domain names, registration, and renewals in 2024. As of December 31st, 2024, and for the year 2024, there were 100,785 new .ng domains registered and 67,224 .ng domains renewed across the second and third levels. There's a chart here that shows us all the registrations from January to December, registration, renewal, restoration, transfer. We have the charts here. 13.0 Legal activities. As reported in various NiRA annual reports, the case brought against NiRA by WebSoft Nigeria Limited was ruled in favor of NiRA after the court dismissed the claims of WebSoft Nigeria Limited in April 2019. As of now, a date has not yet been fixed for the hearing of WebHost's application for an extension of time to file its notice of appeal against the judgment. Regarding the case against Resort Savings and Loans PLC, judgment was delivered in favor of NiRA on 15th February 2022. The court held NiRA was entitled to the sum of 6,877,727 kobo as the principal sum in the fixed deposit account, along with 13% interest as contracted by the parties. Additionally, the court awarded general damages of 1 million naira only, and a cost of the action in favor of NiRA amounting to 300,000 naira only. The judgment delivered in favor of NiRA is yet to be executed due to the liquidity of RSL and ongoing garnishee proceedings instituted by RSL's debtors. NiRA is also respondent 4 in the suit filed by Daily Times of Nigeria PLC against Fidelis, Anosike, and others. The matter has been adjourned sine die based on the appeal filed by the first to third defendants at the Court of Appeal. NiRA is being represented by Aluko and Ayobede. Conclusion 14.0. Despite leadership gap at the Secretariat in 2024, NiRA achieved significant success in fulfilling its business plans and activities for the year. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to our members, Board of Trustees, Executive Board of Directors, NiRA staff, NiRA accredited registrars, and all NiRA stakeholders for their unwavering support and valuable insights on how to enhance and promote a Nigerian online identity, the .ng brand. NiRA remains committed to fostering continued growth and leveraging the strength of her diversity as a cohesive and influential group. Together, we continue to elevate the .ng brand and contribute to the advancement of Nigeria's digital space. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Oluka. Thank you for that long read. Just want to inform our members online and also physically present here that voting is ongoing. The platform is open for, if you are just joining, please kindly exercise your right. Please kindly vote. And for the report as we are being presented, under item 5.6. So we are going to take the comments and discussion on all the reports. We're going to take comments and discussion on all the reports. I hope I am still audible to most of our members online. Just a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you for that confirmation. If you're not talking online, you can mute.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear. It's time for the comments, right?
No,
Regarding...
no.
Okay.
Comments will come under item 5.6. So we are on 5.3 right now, sir. So next is item 5.3, auditors report. We have our auditors here. So he will introduce himself and make his presentation. Okay, okay, please. I hope the camera will be able to pick him. How is he going to talk? How is he going to talk?
I didn't finish this too. This one. Oh, I can't bring that this.
Please, a minute, please, while they sort out his mic. Do you want to carry this? Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adeba Kende, FCA, FCTI. I'm representing Adeni Christopher and Co. Independent report of the auditor to members of Nigeria Internet Registration Association, NiRA. Opinion. In our opinion, Nigeria Internet Registration Association financial statement give a true and fair view of its financial position as at 31st December 2024. And the financial performance and cash flow for the year ended in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards. The association, the Company and Allied Matter Act 2020, and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Amended Act 2023. We have audited the accompanying financial statement of Nigeria Internet Registration Association, which comprise 1, the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2024. 2, the statement of comprehensive income. 3, statement of cash flow for the year then ended. And lastly, the notes to the financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies. Basis of our opinion, we concluded our audit in accordance with International Standard on Auditing, IPSAS. Our responsibility under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibility for the auditor of the financial statements section of our report. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis of our opinion. Independency. We are independent of NiRA in accordance with the international standard and the requirement of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria Professional Code of Conduct and Guide for Accountants, ICANN code, and other independent requirements applicable to performing audits of financial statements in Nigeria. We have fulfilled all we have fulfilled our ethical responsibility applicable to performing audits in Nigeria. The ICANN code is consistent with the International Ethics Standard Board for Accountant Code of Ethics, IASBA code for professional accountants. Other information. The director are responsible for other information. The other information comprises the director's report, which were obtained before the date of this auditor's opinion. The other information does not include the financial statements and our auditor's report thereon. Our opinion on the financial statement does not cover the other information, and we do not express any form of assurance conclusion thereon. In connection with our audit of the financial statements, our responsibility is to read other information and to consider whether the other information is materially misstated. Based on the work we have performed on the other information that we have obtained before the date of this audit report, we conclude that if we conclude that there is a material misstatement of this other information, we are required to report that fact. We do not have any to report in this regard. Responsibility of the directors for the financial statements. The directors are responsible for the preparation of financial statements that give a true and fair view in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standard and the requirement of the Complaint and Liability Matter Act of 2020. Financial Reporting Council, as amended Act of 2023, and for such international control as the director determines is necessary to enable the preparation of financial statements that are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. In preparing the financial statements, the director are responsible for the assessing the association's ability to continue as a going concern, disclosing as applicable material related to going concern basis of accounting unless the director either intend to wind up the association or cease operations or have realistic alternative to do so. Auditor's responsibility for audit of financial statements. Our objective are to obtain reasonable assurance about whether the financial statements as a whole are free from material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error, and to ensure an auditor's report that include our opinion. Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but it is not a guarantee that an audit conducted in accordance with IPSAS will always dictate a material misstatement when it exists. Misstatements arise from fraud or error and are considered material if individually or in the aggregate they could reasonably be expected to influence the economic decision of user taken on the basis of these statements. As part of our audit in accordance with IPSAS, we exercise professional judgment and maintain professional skepticism through the audit. We also identify and assess the risks of material misstatements of the financial statement, whether due to fraud or error, decide to perform audit procedure responsive to those risks and obtain audit evidence that is sufficient and appropriate to provide the basis for our opinion. The risk of not detecting a material misstatement resulting from fraud is higher than for any resulting from error, as fraud may involve collision, forgery, intentional omission, misrepresentation, or the override of intentional omission, misrepresentation, or the override of internal control. Obtain an understanding of internal control relevant to the audit in order to design audit procedure that are appropriate in the circumstance, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the association internal control. 3, evaluate the appropriateness of accounting policy used and the reasonableness of accounting estimates and relate disclosure made by the directors. Evaluate the overall presentation structure and content of the financial statement, including the disclosure and whether the financial statement represents the underlying transaction and events in a manner that achieve fair presentation. Obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the financial information of the entity or business activities within the association to express an opinion on the financial statement. We are responsible for the direction, supervision, and performance of the audit. We remain solely responsible for our audit opinion. We communicate those charged with governance regarding, among other matters, the planned scope and timing of the audit and significant audit findings, including any significant deficiency in the internal control that are identified during the audit. Hence, we do not accept or assume responsibility to any other than the members of the association for the use of our work, audit work, or report. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the 6th schedule of Company and Other Matter Act, CAP C20 FN 2020, we expressly stated that we have obtained all information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. The association has kept proper book of accounts so far as we appears from our examination of those books. Lastly, the association financial position and a statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income and in agreement with the books of accounts and returns. Signed by the managing partner, Adeniyi Krifosova and Co. Thank you all. God bless.
Thank you. That's our external auditors for Thank you. That's our external auditors for their presentation. Adeniyi, Christopher, and Co. Like I reiterated earlier, under 5.6, we'll be taking comments and discussions on all the various reports. So next on the business of the day, we're on item 5.5 or 5.4. That is the 2024 audited financial report. 2024 audited financial report. I will be taking that and from its
We are not hearing you, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. You can hear me now. Thank you very much for that.
Yes, we can.
Yes, thank you. So, report and financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2024.
I can hear you now.
Yes, I hope I'm audible to everybody. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you for that confirmation. So, item 5.4, 2024 audited financial reports. Pages 29, that's where we're starting from. Corporate information, and that is on page 30. Page 31 equally shows reports at a glance. Report at the result at a glance. Result at a glance. So from there, for the year 31st December 2024, as compared with 31st December 2023, we see percentage increase or decrease. So our major statement of comprehensive income, we can see a total income of over 609 million for as at December 31st, 2024, as compared. Can they, okay, yes, it's on the screen. If you're not seeing it on the screen, you can see that. As compared with over 348 million as at the end of 31st December 2023, showing an increase of 75%. Our expenditure rose by 18% from end of 31st December 2023, over 314 million to 372 million. For deficit, surplus and deficit for the year, we recorded an increase from over 33 million to over 237 million. Yes, that's a surplus, but it has to do with so many of our gains for the association. So as at the year end, our major financial positions, our total assets rose by 31% from over 1 billion to 1.352 billion. And our liabilities also rose from 266 million to over 402 million. So total funds and reserve also rose from 761 million to 949 million. So the next page, the report just presented by our auditors, on page 32 and 33. Page 32 and 33. So the next page, on page 34, that is our balance sheet. Our balance sheet, you can see, as can they go there, the next page? Yes, statement of financial position, that's our balance sheet. So we could see our assets, the non-current assets with current assets. And there are various notes to that, which can be seen from pages. Okay, so from pages separately.
Sorry, 49.
Okay, pages 49. So those notes, we could just make reference to them. we could just make reference to them as I quickly move on our balance sheet, which is on page 34. So our assets from non-current assets, that's on note 4. We could see rose from 188 million as at the end of December 31st, 2023 to 243 million. That's for property, plant, and equipment. Current assets, you have prepayments, other revenues, financial assets held to maturity, cash and cash equivalents. So you could see all those on pages, notes 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7. So for prepayments, we have a decline from 19 million to over 19 million to 9 million naira for prepayments. So for those prepayments, we have the insurance premium, technical maintenance, and other IT maintenance membership, IT membership. That's what is captured on there. So for other receivables, a short decline from 3 million, over 3 million to 2.8 million. That's on note 6. So our asset held to maturity, we could see that is on our various banks, Access Bank, Zenith Bank, and Sterling Bank. So we have from over 657 million to over 1 billion. So cash and cash equivalents, just as at the end of December 2023, we have over 160 million as in 2023, as against 91 million in 2024. So that gave a total of 840 million as end of December to 1.1 billion. But the total assets, as we have seen under that, we have seen rose from over 1 billion to 1.352 billion for the year end 31st December 2024. So liabilities. So we could see that from current liabilities to non-current liabilities. So we have that on notes 9, 10, 11, and 12, which you can make reference to. So current liabilities, you have payables, trade payables. We have 21 rose to over 42 million. And for provisions, that has to do with a premium domain name refundable for the lawsuit we have, and the .ng Academy, we have from 18 to 9 million. 18 million to 9 million. That's on note 10. So under other payables, which also declined by 3 million, we have from 40 million to 36 million. That's other payables components of audit fees, the legal, withholding tax, VAT payables, and the likes. So which drop from 40 million to over 36 million. So current liabilities, we have just a short increase from 84 million to 88 million. So under non-current liabilities, we have that of the deferred domain income. So that rose from 182 million to over 314 million, bringing our total liabilities as at the end of December 2023 from 266 million to over 402 million. So funds and reserves. So that's you will find under note 13, note 13A, B, and C. Note 13A, B, and C. So funds, accumulated funds. So we can see we have an increase of over 330 million to over 443 million. While charitable funds had a short decline from 131 million to over 105 million. That's for our Ndukwe Kalu Foundation for our SPV. So our strategic cash reserve, which we rose from 300 million to 400 million, with an additional of 100 million added to that. So for total funds and reserve, which rose from 761 million to 949 million. So the total liabilities and reserve combined together, it's over a billion to 1.352 billion. That is our balance sheet. So the next page, on page 35, that is our statements of profit and loss account, statement of profit and loss account. So we have that, this is at year ended 31st December 2024. Income, fees and subscription. So as at, this is captured on notes 14. This has to do with what we pay for, fees and subscription, registrar's fee, membership fee, and the likes. So we could see rose from 8.7 million to 9.4 million at the end of December 31st, 2024. Our operating income also rose. That is on note 15. We could see a rise from 303 million to over 435 million as at the year end 31st December 2024. So operating expenses also rose slightly from 69 million. That is found on note 16. Note 16, operating expenses rose from 69 million to over 75 million. So our net operating income, we could see as at 31st December rose to 369 million from 243. So investment income, we could see investment income had a slight drop from 49 million to 46 million, while other income, as you could see, gave a rise from 55 million to over 194 million. So still on our statement of profit and loss. So expenditure right now. So note 19, we could see the depreciation that we have. So from which rose from over 10 million to 19 million. 10 million to 19 million, that's had to do with some of acquisition we have. We have that of the motor vehicle, building and improvement, and the software, office equipment, and the likes. So for personal expenses, which is captured on note 20, decline a bit from 50 million to 5 million. that has to do with, for the year we reported that the chief operating officer was not available, and some of the other key officers were before the end of the year were absorbed. We just got them nearly. The head of business development joined month of October 2024. So that's why you see that's a short decline from 50 million to 45 million. So as administrative expenses, that's captured on note 21. So we had an increase from 254 million to over 307 million. So surplus for the year, we could see that's why under that glance we saw rose from 33 to 237 million. So there's nothing under comprehensive income, gain from property, gain from abolition sale of, there's nothing there. So that is all for our statement of profit and loss. So next page, that's on page 36, we have our cash flow statements. Which is on page 36. So we could see year-end comparison to 2023 to 2024 surplus and what we have here, and from depreciation, which had been stated earlier. So our working capital, we could see in prepayment, other receivable, payable, change in provisions, change in other payables. All these are working capitals. We could see there's an increase from under the payments. We have other receivables from 8.9 to 192 million. Trade payables from 1.2 to 16 million. Change in provisions and the likes. So our net cash flow from operating activities, you could see rose from 16 to 271 million. This is just based on the surplus that we have identified earlier. So investment activities, so purchase of property, plants, and equipment. Yes, there were property and there was some equipment purchased, which we could see rise from 28 to 74 million. And that of financial asset held to maturity by various banks. So we can see over 347 million from 55 million. So at the end of that, we have activities. So we have from 83 to 421 million as captured on the page. So our deferred domain income, that's our financing activities. You could see from 13 to 132 million. Charitable funds of 50 million. That was towards the Indekwe Kalu Foundation. That was as at the end of 31st December, that was transferred to them, budgeted for them. So increase in cash and cash equivalents, we could see rose from 54 to 68 million. So cash and cash equivalent at 1st of January. So we could see from in 2023, we have 214 million as compared to 160 million. So we could see at the end of 31st December, 160 million drop to 91 million. So statements, we could see our balances as at the end in comparison, January 1st, 2023 to that of 2024. The accumulated funds, we could see from 303 million when you are equally comparing that to that of 24 to over 330 million. I'm on page 37. So for reference, so charitable funds could see from 125 million to 131 million. Our strategic cash reserve as at 2023 was 300 million. So you could see for 2024, we have added another 100 million to our strategic cash reserve. So at the end of that, so when you're comparing the total funds, we could see as at 31st December 2023, over 761 million as compared to the end of 2024, 949 million. So the next page are just the various notes to what we've said under plant and property, the statement of compliance, the depreciation on the various assets as listed, the number of years for depreciation. 2.3 are just various notes on the financial statements, which span from pages 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43 to 48. 23 to 48. So the various notes that I asked for to reference also start from pages 59 to 53, pages 49 to 53, where that is captured. So so that is the end of the report here, the financial statements as captured, talks about the notes, the financial statements, the related party disclosure, and administrative, our information, association information, our board of trustees, and the executive board of directors as listed. So thank you for listening, and that's the end of the presentation of the 2024 audited financial reports. I know there are several questions to be asked. Several questions, please just note them down. We will start to commence, we will start to take them one after the other on comments, discussion on the various reports. So next on the, please just note that down. So we'll discuss that's any questions and comments on the audited financial reports. Please note them down. To tackle by the time we get to item 5.6. So yes, also for those that might just be joining us, voting is ongoing. The platform is open. If there's any concern, you couldn't log in, or please just email the secretariat. There are personnel available to address your concerns, and they'll respond promptly. So we're on item 5.5, 2025 business plan, 2025 business plan. So unfortunately, some of our board members that couldn't join, but I will yield the floor back to Mr. Peter Oluka, one of our board of directors, to take the 2025 business plan. So while we listen, and I'll also provide some other guidance as it takes this. So let's just hold on as he handles this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, members, distinguished members. I just want to present to us business plan / strategic strategy for the year financial year 2025. I hope everyone can hear me. Am I loud and clear? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So at the end of NiRA retreats, held from 5th to 6th to 8th of December 2024, the 2025 business plan strategy was extensively discussed, and the board wishes to present this to us. We can go to page 55 of the AGM documents, page 55. You're going to see this. So I quickly go through it. If there are further clarifications needed, you can just notify us. So number one, the aim of the focus or the key areas we're looking at is organizational capacity and governance strengthening. One of the things we're looking at is constitutional review to eliminate the executive management responsibilities of the board of directors. And I know someone will be asking, why do we want to do that? And one of the reasons is just to ensure that things move smoothly. But it's not a decision we can take. That's why we are saying we are asking to constitute a constitutional review committee that will comprise of members of the General Assembly, the trustees, reps from the trustees and reps from the e-board, to form a constitutional review committee to look into this. Then also, while that is happening, then we are looking at establishment of a C-level executive management team rather, to oversee the activities of NiRA. NiRA has come of age. Things are developing at the management of businesses, organizations are changing, and we also have to work in tune with the time we're in to achieve maximum success for NiRA. Number two, we are looking at for this year is increased .ng domain name count. So we're looking at achieving a 50% year-on-year growth in domain name registrations, and this also increased .ng brand visibility through targeted digital marketing campaigns and impactful CSR initiatives. We're also looking at our third thing. We're looking at under this is to forge strategic partnerships with the Corporate Affairs Commission and NITDA for offer bundled domain registration and hosting packages for newly registered businesses. We have been pursuing this for a very long time, working to see that we get through with this. We have been pushing for it for a very long time. So can get the CSC and NITDA to work with us to see that we offer this bundled registration and hosting packages for newly registered businesses. Number three, focus or strategic plan for 2025 is to improve the security of the .ng registry by implementing implementing the DNSSEC to improve security across .ng zones. Number two is to invest in cybersecurity infrastructure through stakeholder collaboration and team technical capacity building. So these are some of the things we are looking at this year. At the moment, I yield the floor to the president to also maybe offer some explanation in some areas. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Luka. You had mentioned that there's need for organization, capacity, and governance strengthening. There's need for, and most of what this entails requires that the association review its constitution. Most of these had to do with the laid down constitution and the CRC, the Constitution Review Committee, will need to be formed. The executives are to meet and identify members from the General Assembly and that of the trustees and the board to form this committee to review the Constitution. We need to eliminate executive management and give responsibility to the secretariat for proper management. Other ones are just as mentioned in our reports. Despite the financial gain, there's also need to intensify how we increase the domain name count. So about not only brand visibility, the strategic partnership also helps in this vein. In the secretariat, I know, are working tirelessly. They're coming up with new plans, and as stakeholders and as members of the association, they are going to reach out to you for this kind of partnership. We must see that we must see and increase the domain name count. We've mentioned this on improve the security of the registry by signing the zones. We have mentioned the technical team have been engaged on the capacity building to make sure they are well aware with this new the DNSSEC. So it's not just aspect of them not be able to manage it. So we want they've started that process of capacity building, have been engaged by from the consultant from the international body ICANN, and also some personal training, which most of them have been attending to make sure that they are well aware on how to manage the DNSSEC. So those are just parts of our 2025 strategic plan. And who are the enablers for this? It was people like me and you, strategic partnership, technology, innovation, relationship management, our registrars. Those are part of the enablers that we are equally going to leverage on. So with that, that is to bring to the end of the various reports for this annual general meeting. Well, thank you, Mr. Oluka, for taking the lead on this. So on our item, that is 5.5. That is item 5.5, 2025 business plan. 2025 business plan. So like I said, we're on item 5.6 right now. So, but before we get into that, if you are just joining us, I'm reiterating, please, the voting platform is up. You can cast your votes. If there are any issues, please bring it to the attention of the.
Yes.
Hello?
I haven't sent anything.
Somebody can, somebody mute. Okay, thank you. So we're on item 5.6, comments and discussion on the various reports. So we've taken the president's statement, report for the year 2024, auditors report, 2024 audited financial reports. Our auditors are here, and the business plan. So we're on item 5.6. So please, we will just show of hands if you want to make comments, and so that we can discuss. Please just so that we are orderly, a show of hands, and we will ask you to talk. So please, let's raise up our hands so that we will ask you to talk. Thank you very much. Okay, I can see. Okay, please keep. Let's raise up our hand. I see our immediate past president, Mr. Mohamed Rudman. Okay, okay, we also have someone within our midst, Mr. Bimbola Olayinka. So we'll just take it one after the other. We'll take online first. So sir, you have the floor. My immediate past president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my president. Please just bear with me. I have some issues that I need to raise, some correction. So in the main report on page 24, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. On page 24 of the report, where it mentions domain count at a glance, there is an issue in the total number of registered domains, because you just mentioned registration, renewal, restoration. There is no number of active domains. So if you add the numbers there, it does not total to 181,983, for example, for their 22. So the active number of domains is missing in the report. So if you total the numbers, you find that is not correct, because the total numbers here is around 11,000. And while if you add the numbers, is around 11,000, but you put a total of 181,000. So there is a number missing there, and I believe that number is the active number of domains. And I think that that's a mistake. So maybe for future, so that it can be corrected. I'm going to the financials now. I looked at the financials, and I have some few concerns that I need to raise. I saw that in page 34 of the report, we have financial asset held to maturity at 1,005 million naira. But if you look at it, the interest that we generate from that 1 billion, it's just 46 million. You understand? We know that last year and this year is a year where interest rates are really high. Treasury bonds are high as 20%, 19%, because of the devaluation of naira. So for me, with 1 billion naira generating only 46 million naira, it's less than 5%. So even in US dollars, as of last year, there are opportunities to make in the Nigerian bond all the way to 9%. With banks, you get 5%, 6%. So with this amount, I think NiRA board needs to really wake up and see how they can generate more money from the funds that they have. You can't have a 1 billion naira and generate only 46 million, which is just, as I said, less than 5% annually, which is not good. In terms of the expenses and the revenues, we have increased our revenues, yes, from last year to this year by roughly around 100 million naira. But unfortunately, our operational expenses have really grown as well. So if you look at the total expenditure in terms of operating expenses and the expenditure, if you add it together, is around 448 million. And if you look at the revenue that we generated from member subscription fees and operating income, which is around 448. So you have a negative of 3 million naira. In fact, the surplus that we mentioned here, that we have 237 million, out of it is the other income, which foreign exchange gain is 182 million. So out of this 237 million, The foreign exchange gain alone, because we have dollars and that dollars moved from 900 to 1,600 to $1, we gained 182. So to me, that is not really a surplus. So when I look at the account, we do not really make surplus because all the other things, if you look at it, it's interests and the rest. But if you look at the actual revenue and the actual spending, we are negative 3 million, unless if you add the interest. So even with the interest, the surplus we have generated is actually 46 million naira. So I would urge the board to see that they find ways to reduce their cost. Because I did an analysis of what we had in 2022. Roughly, in 2022, we had around 1 billion naira as our balance sheet. And the exchange rate in 2022, the highest was around 450 naira to $1. If you convert that 1 billion to 450 to $1, you have roughly the net worth value of NiRA at $2.2 million. If you convert what we have now in our balance sheet as 1.35 billion, if you divide it to 1,600, the total net worth in USD for NiRA is 845 million. So we have significantly dropped in value. So I will plead with the board that please, they should find a solution. And I think one of the solutions is to reduce the powers of the board, remove them from an executive board to non-executive board. As you rightly said in your strategy document for business plan for this year and going forward, to hire C-level executives, and I think you need to do that and let them be accountable in growing the number of registrations of domains. Because if you look at the domain registration growth, even on that page that I mentioned earlier, you will see that it's not really significant because globally, things are changing. It's not only NiRA. Globally, the domain registration is not really moving forward. So that's my comment. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that comments. Yes, I know we at a particular time we discussed this and we just ponder over this. Yes, I can mention here that the account department with the board are looking at how to invest the funds we have judiciously to make sure we leverage on yes, all those opportunities that's available up there so that we could have more gains on that. So yes, we need to look for how to generate funds. So actually, you are right on the other comments too. We know that there's the inflation also rose over 30% year in year out. So most of there's nothing that had not gone up. There's not yes, there's nothing that had not gone up. Power, there was a particular time we were struggling. It's not equally struggling. We had to engage stakeholders because cost of services from our service providers rose up. We had to engage based on relationship. We were able to get some kind of leeway, to mitigate all this inflation. Everything rose up, everything. It was not only maybe the domain name or whatever, everything worldwide. Yes, and you are right about the strategy. They were strategizing and we will need the cooperation of the General Assembly on achieving what we have said to remove the executive powers of the board and have a C-level executives where we could challenge them on what to do. So please, on the various months to come, please watch out for our communications as regard this. Thank you very much, my president. Thank you, sir, for that contribution and also preferring the solution. Yes, I'll give the floor to the second person. Is physical here, or you still want to say something?
I want to say something. It's the same line.
Okay, it's the same line. Oh.
I'll repeat what you said. You can. Good afternoon, Mr. President, and good afternoon to the House. I'm totally inclined with what I just have one question. Yes, summarize everything that's I just need to repeat, and then also make a comment. The question is, maybe the auditor will help out. Under note 18, other income, there's another item there called earnings, 12 million. What does this stand for? Or just hardly a note. Other income, others, 12 million. It's not clear exactly what it represents. So if it would just help us and shed light on that. Note 18. Under note 18, you'll see the foreign exchange, 182 million, the graph. Other income.
You
see it, sir?
Strategizing and
Other income, others.
we would need
I just want to ask what exactly it stands for. The other questions that we are. The second thing is just the comments. When the past person was talking about expenses and managing, there are two key expenses I identified there. It's necessary for just to cover it by virtue of inflation. Conferences and workshops, the transport and travel. There are the major bets there under expenses, which I don't look at the board to look into. Conferences and workshops and then transport and travel. They are the major bets there that are quite heavy, resulting to that loss in stuff in about. But if you yank off the foreign exchange, we're not going to have the valuation of NiRA every year. We'll be head of a macro history course. We have summarized it well. But I don't know if the auditor has any input on that. No. So maybe just your board should not do it. What does that actually mean? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Bimbola Alanika, thank you for that comments. Yes, I know all those headings. So conferences and workshops, from the year 2023, we had they were necessary travels. Let me just make it mention like that. The NiRA is like a stakeholder organization, and most of our engagements happens either in Abuja and the rest. So for 2023, we were NIGF chairman, and for 2024, we have roles of travels that's impacted all this. So it's with the NiRA functions right now, it's traveling is yes, is part of, is necessary. So, but just like what we're saying, if we remove those executive listings, so gradually we'll see all those things declining. And both for conferences workshop, we will see all those things practically declining. While we'll wait for the auditor to come to your question. So I will, I see two hands there up. Yes, so we'll take the next person. Abibat, she's online. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Abibat Olatunji, and I want to commend the president for his report and the other reports given. Mine is not a question; they are suggestions. In the business plan, one of the things that was mentioned is that NIRA wants to partner with CAC and NITDA to ensure there will be increase in the .ng name count. And I want to suggest, because I'm aware there is this policy, I think it's from NITDA, that says that every government agency must have and use .ng for mails, and that has not been followed. I've been at a meeting in Abuja where the issue was raised, and I think NIRA should take this up. There is need for a strategic enforcement of such a policy of federal government. So when you enforce it, government agencies, MDAs will not have choice not to just have them as, well, we don't need to have choice, but also make use of them. Okay, so that's one of my suggestions. Another suggestion is that there is need for NIRA to also partner with the Office of National Security Advisor on securing the domain names. That will go a long way since that is part of their mandate. So we can work, NIRA can work with the ONSA to in the DNS security, securing the DNS, the .ng registry. Another suggestion I have is that I think NIRA should partner with National Assembly, most MDAs in our enforcement, because I think there should be a strategic enforcement of that policy that all MDAs have .ng. If you partner with National Assembly, all of them has to bring their budget to National Assembly. If you have a partnership with National Assembly, and that when you are bringing your budget to bring evidence of the fact that you are using .ng, and you have several products and have several projects that should go with .ng. I think with that, we have a lot of government officials, government organizations, and these abide by this policy of federal government. Thank you very much. Those are my suggestions.
Thank you. Mrs. Abibat Olatunji, thank you for that various comments. Yes, partnership. Yes, we are indeed looking at that. So we have noted that down. Partnership with ONSA, Office of the Security Advisor, and that of the National Assembly. Yes, we indeed have a supervisory agency, so we need that. Also, we'll see how we will go about that for those partnership. And the one we want to do with CAC is actually targeting new businesses and new businesses for newly registered businesses, and offering them a free domain name for a year or two, and also partner with the registrars, because NIRA doesn't sell directly, to see if they could get a one-pager website for them to capture all the various information about that businesses. And this will be free for their first or second year. We believe that that will increase the domain name count as we have captured on the business plan. So thank you for your comments. Thank you very much. So the last hand I'm seeing up online, yeah, Mr. Shegun Akunwumi. So you have the floor, please.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
I can't unmute myself.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. President and every other person. Good afternoon. My name is Olusegun Akinwumi, and my own is a form of question and comment, and it's around the business plan that has been shared. I want to ask, under increase.ng domain name count, the first point said achieve a 50% year-on growth in domain registration. I want to ask if there's been an analysis to arrive at this target. Why I'm saying this is that I think we should start setting realistic business plan so that it will not be nice here we are coming with 50%. I don't think we have ever witnessed 50%. And from the listed business plan here, I am not too sure that there's something that will make us to arrive at that. Why did I say that? Because I'm looking at engagement with NIDA. This has been something that has been year on, year out, and there has not been that explosive increase that we have been looking at. And looking at the comment, the first person that made comment concerning the income and expenditure, it means that NIRA is only making money from their money they kept in the bank. They are not really making money from domain. So if you are looking at 50%, it hasn't been a kind of data analysis. Because I know I do business right now. I'm a registrar and I run Digital Notch. And I know most of the domains are not being renewed. It means that the business is not really doing well. Have you done a kind of analysis of the business to arrive at that plan that you want to increase the number that is about 200,000 now? Maybe by the time we come next year, we'll be having 300,000 domain name. And also, I want to ask that when we NIRA start engaging their members, we are looking outward, we are not looking inward. If you have over 500 members and you have a kind of challenge, you are not looking at engaging the member on how to drive the organization better than the way it's being driven now. Sorry to use that word. I'm just thinking generally that if you want to, the business plan now and the strategic for the financial year January next year to this year to December, I think we should have something that is going to involve the member also to contribute to and that is one of the responsibility of the members to also bring their own effort, join their own effort on how to move the organization forward. And lastly, I want to also suggest, because a lot of people have made some suggestion, please forgive me for this kind of suggestion before I make it. And the suggestion is on us cutting costs on some of the things that we are doing. Like we had the AGM the other time that the quorum was not met, and it was aired at one of the 5-star hotels. I want to suggest that subsequent AGM, let's hold it as a secretariat so that we can save costs. It's my own opinion, it's my own suggestion. If it is not go down with any other person, I'm just suggesting, because we need to make more money for NIRA. At least it's being aired today. Nobody is losing anything and it's running smoothly. Thank you very much. That's my contribution.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Olusegun Akinwumi, for your various comments. Yes, if I take it one after the other, including Nigeria too, we budget for each year, and it's if we attain over 50%, it's a plus for us. And if there is anything drop of that, we will look at where we're failing and make amends. So it is not out of place to make a budget, and we should be realistic here. You said realistic. Yes, so we should be optimistic Yes, and we are ambitious to make sure we grow the .ng. So yes, you said realistic business plan. Yes, the organization is making progress and charting a way forward. And also you mentioned the CAC initiative with NIDA. You should be aware that government is a continuum. You have one government come in, another government go out. So it's there had been change in government, just like they used to say basically when the Pharaoh you don't know, we don't know the Joseph that is there. So you now need to make amend to see how you are able to work with the new Pharaoh that is in place. So we are making progress on that. That is my response to that. Engaging members. I don't know. I thought maybe I think you were also on the call where the secretariat have started to engage members now on several initiatives. So, and it is not out of place for you to bring in your suggestions to the secretariat. There's an email communication for you to respond to them. And or if you have any further suggestions to increase the awareness of members on how to grow things, it's not out of place, and the members are listening. They can make suggestions that's things to improve the domain name card, not only the domain name card, the organization that will propel the organization forward. Cutting costs and saving costs. If I know as at the last adjourned AGM, we're over 80, and I don't see 80 people filling up this. I don't see how it's going to be so crowded. So I don't think it is out of place if we have the AGM at those external places. I don't think so. So that's just my comments on that aspect. So we've added. There was a time, in fact, I remember this. We will to be so clustered. You'll not even be able to walk in between yourself. NiRA has grown more than that. So that's just my comment on that. Thank you for your various comments. Please, let's just make suggestions if you have any, and send it to the secretariat. Thank you. I have 2 hands here, one physically and okay, 3 hands here, 2 physically, 1 online. So I'll take the first one. Former trustee members, Mr. Shino Badru. Thank you very much. Yes, you can come here, sir. You say you can. Okay, let them. Which you want me to use? Please ask them. They are beside you. So the camera. Okay, so would they be able to hear him? Okay. Okay. Okay, you can stand here. Okay, if you want to use the laptop to
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. President.
I hope you can hear him. Those online, can you hear him?
That's okay. Testing.
Yes,
Can you hear?
They said yes.
Oh, excellent. Mr. President, I want to congratulate you and members of the team for a fantastic job that you're doing in growing our treasured organization, NiRA. I decided to just raise a note of observation that in your report or in the course of presentation of your report, you indicated quite profoundly that the time has come for NiRA to, quote unquote, I just want to borrow your words, eliminate the executive powers of the e-board. I would like to note that beyond the need to make that significant adjustment to the structure of an important organ of NiRA, there are quite a number of other institutional reform that we might need to undertake, and it will need the instrumentality of a constitutional review for us to be able to make that happen. So my question is there like a consensus among your board already that there's now a need for that change to happen so that we can reasonably then request what we need to do moving forward in terms of seeking the consent of a duly constituted AGM today to give the necessary backing for us to proceed in the commencement of a constitutional review. So that's just my question. And let me also put on record that ever since its formation, I've been part and parcel of it all from the beginning. This might probably be that one that will shake NiRA to its very roots. And I hope that you and your team members are ready if you want us to go ahead and seek the consent or for the AGM to grant the consent for us to initiate that constitutional review. Thank you once again, Mr. President, the CEO, and your wonderful team for the great work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Shina Badri. Thank you very much. I think so that it doesn't look as if I'm answering the question. My colleague here, Mr. Peter Luka, wants to answer your question.
Okay. Yeah. Again, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Badaro, for your comments. We appreciate that. And your question also, just to answer your question based on the concern concerning board members agreeing on this constitutional review. Well, if you looked at that document, it said these are things we discussed at the retreat. And we looked at it that if we continue the way we are going, that but that NiRA needs some reforms in key areas. And one of those areas is to see that we have a management team that will take up the responsibilities. And that's one of the reasons that formed us coming up with the idea of projecting 50% increase in domain registrations, because we are believing that if you have a management team, we should give them a target. So that's one of the things we looked at. So the board, agreed with our resolutions that we should go for this. That this is one of the things we have to go implement in order to push NiRA forward. It will not do us any good if we continue practicing what we're doing and not getting the maximum results that will keep the organization moving forward. So the board agreed on this during our retreat that we should go for this constitutional review. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Badri. Thank you. Okay, I see another hands joined online. I see 2 hands up. So I will give the floor back to for the physical questions here. Our board of trustee member.
My president, you people are echoing. You should mute your mic.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you.
No,
I can use it.
Yes, can use that.
Okay. Well, good day, everyone. Just for the records, we're feeling working from ITRS meeting. Thank you, Mr. President, and your team at the Secretariat. I think just riding on what Mr. Badro just asked, which is a very pertinent question.
it means that there are procedures for constituting such as a CRC, that's Constitutional Review Committee. It means that with this setting that we have now, I was expecting a follow-up question from him in that regard, that step can now take place, because differing it means calling another set of meeting or differing it next year, probably. Or if there's any other maybe special assembly to be able to achieve that aspect of the constitution. That notwithstanding, while presenting your business plan, Mr. President, you made mention of building a pager for people who will be coming in as part of business plan to encourage them to lash on to .ng, building of a pager,
A web page.
a web page,
A
yes,
one-page
yes.
system.
But I remember that there are some of our registrars that are already running on that kind of business model. I don't know how much we're engaging them to make sure that we don't run the same thing they are running, to be able to be part of the system, knowing fully well that NiRA on its own does not go into business directly. And lastly is the aspect of capacity building that you mentioned. Most times, I don't want to have an overstatement over that, but I know that many companies, especially if it is techy, they seem to limit their capacity building within the technical section or technical personnel. It is important if this is expanded to make sure that it is all round. So that if there is any loophole in terms of maybe all this Japa syndrome that is existing now, somebody can easily step in for a little while. So we should be able to bridge that gap by making sure that the capacity building is around to every personnel that we have. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
For those comments. Just quickly respond to them. I'll start from the last one. Terms of capacity building. Yes, I think 2 years back, there's this initiative being done by the former CEO on bringing interns to learn on the job, having interns within the secretariats, interns, people that they finish their NYSC and they learn, and on the verge that if they finish, they are able to test their
We've lost sound.
Will be that so for Turkey, some more questions to call that we build to contribute. Online that to contribute.
Okay. So is those kind of capacity building is being done in-house to develop them in this industry and there are various department of NiRA that we equally engage them, so that in case such thing happens, there we have like a ready made fit to equally step into all those roles. It's not that you will now start looking for several months and further start searching, because this industry, is somehow unique. Before you now start looking around, before you get them, it takes time. So yes, and also other board members that are online, they can equally raise up your hand to answer some of these questions, so that it's not like the president. Yes, so that let me just answer. Yes, the one pager, is a partnership that been done. We know we don't go directly, we don't say directly to the public. It's going to be being done in conjunction with the registrars. The registrars are being brought into it, and we're going to have a partnership. Once they signify that, oh yes, I want to be part of this program, they are embedded into it, and equally they'll be able to fit in. Okay, you want to say something?
Okay, I just
Okay.
want to respond to the issue of capacity building. Because capacity building is very, very important to the organization, because staff need to have the requisite skills and competencies to perform. And one of the things that NiRA has done is that we have engaged EY, one of the top big four, to carry out an organizational review for us. And part of that is they're also looking at our training and capacity development, system. And they have recommended all the things that we need to do. But even internally, what we have done is to have a comprehensive training plan that will address all of the competencies. So the focus is not just on technical skills, because we may be perceived as, of course, we are a technical and technology organization, but we also need to build rounded skills around leadership. We need to build skills around management skills and technical skills as well. So we have all of that in place, and you begin to see all of those improvements soon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam CEO. Thank you for that comments on the capacity building. I think I've addressed all. I think it's remaining. Oh, okay, yes. On the process of CRC, I think I'll just come back to you on that. Yes, I'll just come back to you on that, while I gather my thoughts on that. Before I call the next person, do you want to address that question? Yeah, set, right? Okay, so I think Mr. Abimbola asked a question for the auditors.
Yes.
Yes, so the other income, kindly quickly answer that, and I'll call the last person. Answer it to engage.
Yeah, I've got engage.
Is he responding?
You say you can't skip, so wait.
Okay.
There are two things that is made up of the other income. We have gain from disposal, which is 600,000 naira, and about 11.5 million. That is a support from DNSS, BC. So those are the two figures that made up the 12 point something million.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. I will just share a bit on that. So part of the DNSSEC roadshow that we got in partnership, so the funds that came in was in partnership. So that's is part of the money that came in, and there was a disposal of assets that was done, I think, in 2023 or not. So that's where the constitutes, so that constitutes 12 point something million. So thank you very much for that. So I have this should be the last person online. Okay, Mr. Lawrence Solawale Roberts, you have, oh, okay, two hands. So can we just make it so snappy I want us to finish this session quickly.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for recognizing me. Good days to all members. So, as a contestant in this current electoral process, I've been quite measured in my responses and approach, so that to a large extent, it doesn't take us overboard. But listening to your last comment raised when Segun was talking about members' engagement on the platform, everyone recalls that I did an open letter to you, which members were availed. And since that time till this particular AGM, despite the fact that that was posted on a NiRA platform, mailing list, there wasn't any response at all from yourself or anybody, providing some kind of feedback on what the process is going forward or what's been done. More surprising was the fact that for the first time, we had to cancel the AGM last month, which was one of the issues that I touched upon that we could potentially get into if we don't address certain things that were happening within membership. I would like to use this opportunity to just pick your mind on what your response is to all these salient issues, especially since we've reached a tipping point, one that we shouldn't, that we should be careful not to get into again, and just by way of feedback, probably provide me and members information on, provide me information and members information on, what is going on, if anything is going on, but at least giving us some assurance that we might not end up having further meetings or AGMs canceled because of the fears that was raised. I'll leave it at this point because, like I said, I've been waiting for this electoral process to end so I can speak freely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Olawale Robert. Thank you very much. And yes, I think your mail from if it was received on Friday, 25th of April, 2025. Be rest assured that during AOB, I'm going to mention, I'm going to give a feedback on that. Please, I assure you, feedback on what is happening is going to be done. And you did know, and I think you also acknowledged the election committee stepping in and acknowledging your mail, and so swift to action on once that is set up and they receive your mail. So be rest assured, under AOB, I'm going to let you know on what's the various feedback it is on those open letter, and for the rest of the NiRA members. So thank you. I'm going to address that under AOB. So just be guided by our agenda. So just to finish this and not start to digress. So the last person to give this, Mr. Akimbo, if you can just make it snappy. You have the floor, sir. Dr. Akimbo, sorry.
Okay, thank you, my president. Can you hear me for the mic, please?
Yes, you can hear you.
Okay, Dr. Akimbo, for the record. I just want to say, first and foremost, I want to appreciate the fact that the board is doing very well. From the report, you can see that the result is looking excellent. However, I want to call our attention to the idea behind engaging people. you must understand that I know that last week the NiRA secretariat was still able to engage in a financial training, and I think that is excellent. But we can make this a monthly thing, which could allow more people to know about it. Fortunately, I also discovered that some other sectors within the Nigerian economy do not even know about the NG. I will say, for example, the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, which I belong to, we recently spoke to the agricultural sector and the tourism sector and discovered that a lot of them do not know about the .NG. I know there is a playbook in our directory. I was able to submit during my time as the chief operating officer. The purpose 1 million. I think it is high time to go and visit this document and begin to speak to that particular playbook. Also, we have people within the NiRA community in all these diverse areas. They can seek their own submission in how we can reach those sectors based on their profession. Then finally, and I want to sincerely apologize for taking our time. Maybe I'm the last person for making my view, but we need to also start considering how best can we review the Constitution and ensure that everyone is heard. I would use this opportunity that NiRA should go ahead and open a PLC at NiRA.org.ng and probably use that opportunity to get other people's opinion on the Constitution, the challenges we have. For example, the one we had during the proposed AGM that should have held prior to this, and any other ones that they see conflicting. Submit it so that by the time we go into the review, we have enough documents to look through and be able to come out strong. Thank you so much and all the best.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Imbo. Thank you. So yes, if I did it correctly, because it was a bit muffled up at the beginning, you mentioned something around there's lack of awareness on some certain group. Is it Economic Summit group? Yes, and I think you also prefer a solution. So my comment here is that we will explore that. We also still doing other awareness within and outside the secretariat. So please, what I will employ you to do, and also you said we should have a particular email for the Constitution Review Committee or so, or comment. So please, if you don't mind, yes, it's a welcome idea. Just send that in. Send that in to the secretariat. You can copy COO at NiRA.org.ng and the president. So to review, for these suggestions, we will make adequate use of them going forward. So yes, there are various sectors that are not aware, but definitely we will intensify on the awareness of the organization, and especially for the .ng brand, how people will engage more on this. Thank you very much, Dr. Akimbo. I hope I've captured everything you said in beginning. We couldn't get monthly series empowerment. Yes, I think we had one, if I'm not mistaken, last week, or it was last week, a few days ago. Yes, and it was an interesting one, and I was told it's a series, so we'll be bringing down. Let me just say it's a new dawn. We'll just keep bringing that more, and we'll engage the members as these opportunities and awareness comes to us. So thank you very much for that. Is there any, I'm still seeing your hand up, Dr. Akimbo. So I'll know that we are done with the various.
Hold on.
If you want to say something, Dr. Akimbo, it's still okay. Has it dropped? Okay, I'm still seeing it here. Okay, it's not showing. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Akimbo, for Yes, we will address all concerns. I just want us to make progress. This is 3 o'clock from 11, so. Okay. Okay? Sorry about that. The link on the laptop just went off. Moving on with that was item 5.6, comments and discussion on reports. We just finished that. So we're on item 6, election. It's an election year for NiRA where new. Oh, sorry.
There's one question.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Before the CRC, yes. Just trying to delete. Okay, just hold on, sir. Okay, yeah, the procedure constitute for the CRC, right? Yes. I think, but I'm not sure we need an AGM to approval.
You can read it through. 16 point, yeah, that's based on our constitution.
Okay.
The amendment of the constitution. Yes, there's view. Subsection A says
16 point what, sir?
16.2.
Okay.
A two-third majority.
yes, so you can read it through. So I believe people online can also know that there's need for us to consider that it actually is part of their business for the year that is coming. And then except you want to constitute another AGM for them.
To ratify that.
Yeah, to be able to ratify them. So this is an opportunity to actually do that.
Okay. Okay. So while I'll allow the AGM process to continue, I'll just to continue with the election, and I'll go through this. So thank you for that. I want to quickly call because of timing. One item 6, election. Okay.
Sunday, okay, that's the chairman.
Of the electoral committee.
Okay, I know that's the chairman of our election committee. It's time for election, but also, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to comment
sir, you have the floor.
on the issue.
You have the floor,
Thank you,
sir.
Mr. President. I wanted to comment on the issue of constitutional amendment. My understanding, I stand to be corrected, is that the General Assembly, 2/3 vote is required to amend the Constitution. But you do not need the approval of the General Assembly to set up a Constitution Review Committee. So the executives are free and at liberty to set up a Constitution Review Committee whenever they choose to, including in this AGM or later. But there's no requirement for membership to approve the setup of that committee. What is required is that portion to be amended should be debated and voted upon by members with adequate notice for them to consider those amendments. Thank you, Mr. President.
Sir, don't go. Thank you for that comment. Is your section now, so that you just continue.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I will yield the floor to the election committee.
Thank you very much. Mr. Shina Padaru, a member of the election committee, is on ground. He will take over because I am remote and following.
Sir, he's pointing to you.
Please remind him. Please remind him that it is dereliction of duty to be assigned a responsibility by one's chairman and for one to be pointing back at the chairman. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, sir. So we yield the floor to Mr. Shino Badru to continue this process. Thank you very much. Okay, so he's asking for a minute. So while we is set up.
I need to confirm that everybody online can hear me. Please just confirm you can hear me.
We can hear you.
So that
Yes,
go
we
ahead and thank you very much. Let me formally add this. First of all, good afternoon, everybody. Let me stand on existing protocol and quickly invite all of the candidates vying for various positions to be on standby because they'll have that final 2 minutes of opportunity, the window of opportunity to be able to campaign before we then go into the committee's final report, which we incidentally had shared with the community before we go into the final session of the process. Can I have a confirmation that the respective candidates are ready and on standby?
Lawrence is present.
If you're online, can you kindly please indicate by show of your full name that you're ready and available to campaign so that we can take you one after the other as you virtually confirm your presence. Okay. I think we have. Can I get a? Can I? Okay, I'll do that here to do a countdown. We would have a window of opportunity. I need someone to be able to help me do a timekeeper for 2 minutes. Okay, we will be inviting. Okay, I think we had Abibat as the first candidate to indicate. Can you help me scroll through? I'm trying to scroll from here to find out the first person to indicate. There was someone, Abibat?
It's Abibat.
Excellent. Abibat, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to start at my count of 3. Your time will start, and you'll have only 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3. Abibat, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Abibat Olatunji. I have been a member of NiRA since 2018. I'm a lawyer and I'm also an affiliate member of Computer Professional Registration Council of Nigeria. I have been practicing IT for some years now. I've been part of NiRA's history since NiRA was in Ikoyi, and have worked and been part of some of the training. So I'm aware of what we do in NiRA. I want to appreciate the current board, and I also want to bring to bear my experience and professional prowess to see how we can move NiRA forward. Like I suggested earlier, my own point, I have 2 point strategic priorities for NiRA, which I think will help us get that revenue that is much needed and take NiRA to the zenith of it in the IT ecosystem. The 2 priority areas are the deepening internet use and online protection in underserved areas and among persons with disability. I think if we do that, we have now in Nigeria, from the agency in charge of people with disability, we have over 25 million of Nigerians living with disability. And I think this is a veritable area for NiRA to explore.
2 seconds more.
And I also think that we can deepen community engagement to reach out to more people to accept, be aware and accept and use the .ng in Nigeria for their businesses and for personal use. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You were within the limit of time allotted to you. Can we confirm who the second candidate was to confirm their readiness after Abibat?
That's
Olumide?
Lawrence Olawale Road.
There's Olamide Odeneye.
Olamide Odeneye, yes.
Olamide Odeneye, can you confirm that you're online and ready to campaign to the NiRA community? Your mic and
Yes,
light.
yes, Olamide is here and ready.
Is your video
Yes, my video is on now. If you had earlier thought that I was male, I get that a lot of time. Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished members.
Madam, I've not indicated that you should start.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
And I've not used any phrase that indicates whether male or female or gender sensitivity. However, at my count of 3, you'll start. 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, distinguished members of NiRA. It's an honor to stand before you today to not just as a candidate, but as a fellow stakeholder as well, to move NiRA to the next level and the next phase of growth. My name is Olamide Odeneye. I'm a business development professional with over 17 years experience. I'm a certified management consultant. I'm a cyber safety advocate and the founder of the Child and Parents Online Safety Network. Now, what is my vision for NiRA? Working with the president and other members of NiRA, my vision for NiRA is actually for us to move it to the undisputed hub of digital innovation and empowerment in Nigeria. I envision a NiRA that is not just a regulator, and I'm happy with some of the business plans and some of the things that have been talked about today, but as a catalyst for growth, where we begin to drive the greater adoption of the .ng domain, and we try to empower every Nigerian business to actually thrive online. Like I said, some of the business plans that have been discussed today are things that I currently align, and I look forward to partnering with. What are some of the things that I want to bring to the table? We should start looking at enhanced member value and engagement. That has also been said today. We should start looking at technological advancement and security. And I'm happy that we're leaning a lot more on cybersecurity as well, because that's one of my strengths. And one of the things. Policy advocacy, and definitely the growth of local content. Like I said, some of the things that I've talked about now are not just plans. They're actually steps that I think that together will strengthen NiRA's foundation and will propel us to the next level that we want to go to. Clearly, definitely, I understand that there will be challenges, and but with challenges come a lot of opportunities.
Thank you very much. Your time is up.
So I invite you to join me in ensuring that we can build a vibrant NiRA, move forward together, because definitely together we are.
Can we confirm the next person that indicated their readiness? I think it's Susan. Susan, can you please confirm you're online, ready, and willing to campaign to the NiRA community? Susan.
I'm not sure she's started. No, she's not.
Oh, okay. Mr. Lawrence Olawale Roberts, I can see that you're already ready. Can you confirm all systems ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. On my count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. A lot of kudos to the Electoral College, so to say, because this has been quite a ride. My names are Lawrence Olawale Roberts. I happen to be the MD CEO of Microbus Technologies. We are a tech firm based in the city of Abuja. And one of the things we do is a big interest in the DNS industry. I also happen to volunteer for the global body ICANN. I currently serve as a GNSO counselor representing business. And this is one ecosystem where you get to meet everyone and every party that has something to do with the business of domains. So over the last couple of 10 years thereabout, I have taken particular interest in this particular field. I served NiRA as a director, and in that time served on the audit committee as well as headed the technical committee. I have a passion for numbers. I can read and understand financial records. I can put this together. And I also have a deep interest to see that we are able to grow our domain name space here in Nigeria. If I were elected as the treasurer for the association, it will be my job to keep my eyes on the numbers, to see that we are able to a large extent to add value, so that we have domain growth on a number of articles. And
30 seconds more.
And definitely it will be my job to ensure that NiRA remains profitable. Thank you for this opportunity to present this short manifesto. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olawale Roberts. You kept it sharp and within time limit. What's the next person? Kalu.
Destiny.
Mr. Destiny Amana, are you ready for us?
Yes, indeed, sir.
I'm not sure we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. So
yes, I'm
at
ready.
my count of 3, you may start. 1, 2, 3.
Distinguished members of the NiRA community, my name is Destiny Amana. I'm the MD CEO of iSchool Contracts Limited, and I'm honored to speak with you today as a candidate for the position of treasurer. Over the years, I have had the privilege of serving this community in various capacities. I currently serve as the chairman of the Domain Name Policy Committee, and I've worked closely with stakeholders across the public and private sectors to push forward initiatives that strengthen the internet ecosystem in Nigeria. I'm currently the president of the Nigeria Internet Group, and even before NiRA was birthed in 2005, I was registering.ng with Randy Bush. So I have a very closely linked intimacy with .ng. Professionally, I lead a company that provides IT support and infrastructure solutions to businesses across the country. I have managed budgets, overseen financial operations, and navigated regulatory frameworks, both locally and internationally. These experiences have prepared me well for the responsibility of managing NiRA's finances with discipline and transparency. But beyond the numbers, I believe in something deeper: accountability. The role of treasurer isn't just about keeping the books, it's about building trust. It's about ensuring that every member of this community knows how funds are being used and how those funds are being used to advance the mission of NiRA, to promote the .ng brand, support
30 seconds more,
and protect the interests of Nigerian internet stakeholders. I humbly ask for your vote because NiRA is at a pivotal point. We have the talents, the vision, and the platform to drive real impact. With your support, I believe we can do even more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Destiny Amana. What's the next? Is Kalu one of them? Mary Omotola Olasheni, are you ready? Online and poised to go?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Mary, can you confirm you're ready?
Yes, I am ready. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much. At my count of 3, we will be ready to take you and your glamorous gilly. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon once again, sir. So please pardon today happens to be my daughter's naming ceremony. So we just rounded up. That's why, yes. So once again, my name is Motola Olasheni, and I'm glad to be here. I've been a member of the NiRA family for about 5 years now. And currently, I'm the general manager at Go54, who is a baby company to East Africa. And yes, my mission basically is to support the board members, the president, vice president, and every member of the NiRA board to drive the NiRA, vision and mission forward to ensure that .ng is not just only adaptable in just here in Nigeria. We want to ensure that .ng become, an household for the nation worldwide and not just in Nigeria, the whole world entirely, and to also ensure the integrity of the .ng domain. So basically, I am here as a supporter and advocate of growth, a great voice for the .ng family, and I will be so glad to, serve Nigeria, serve the member through the NiRA body, and I will be glad if people vote for me so we can move NiRA forward together as one. So thank you, everyone. I look forward to your votes. I look forward to be a part of the board member. Thank you. And together we shall win. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you very much. You kept within time limit. Can we take the next candidate? Who's the next candidate? Angela. Julius? Kolawole. CFA, can you confirm you're online and ready to go?
Yes, I'm online. I'm ready to go. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me, I hope you can hear me.
Can you kindly wait?
Okay.
At my count of three, you will then start. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, thank you. Apologies. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here again. NiRA is certainly a family. Happy to always be in a position to serve. And for this, I'm happy and I'm glad to be running for the position of Financial Secretary. Because I am a big believer in transparency, accountability, and smart financial management. With your support, as you've always supported me from my very early days as a director, treasurer, and now I'm asking for your support for the position of a FinSec. I will continue to ensure that there's transparency in NiRA, there's accountability, there's prudent management of resources, because that's really what I am called out to do. With your support, we continue to build the NiRA of our dream. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. God bless.
Thank you very much, CFA. Who's the next candidate that confirmed after CFA? We have we've taken Destiny, we've taken Lawrence, we've taken Olamide. We have not taken Philomena. Salami, Ahmad is here. Okay. Ahmad is here physically.
Okay, he wants to join online.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, he wants to join over there.
But he can come and do it here if it's fine now. I can yield the system to him. Are there any other candidates online? So Ahmad, what we'll do is I'll yield this system to you so that you can use this to campaign rather than going upstairs. Okay. So just give me a minute. Let's take all the people online. Is Julius one of us? No. John? No. According to the slate I have here, Olatunji Igbalajobi? Nope. Okay, so we don't have any other virtual confirmation, but we still have Zakaria. Is Zakaria physically here? No. Ahmad is here. Can we confirm if Salami Adeniyi Adeosun is present either physically or virtually? Zakaria.
It's online.
Okay, but we don't have confirmation. Zakaria, if you can hear me, are you ready and willing to go?
Yes.
Excellent. Is your camera okay if your constituents would like to see what you look like?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. So if once we validate that you are ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You choose to go without your video? Okay, for the benefit of time, at my count of 3, kindly start. 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, Executive Board of Directors, Board of Trustees, esteemed members of NiRA and staff. My name is Zakaria Isa Zakaria, and I am honored to be a candidate for the Executive Board of Directors of NiRA. With a background in computer science and currently pursuing my master's in information technology, combined with over a decade of leadership in construction and NGO governance. I bring a unique blend of technical insight and practical experience. This experience has prepared me to bridge innovation with strategic oversight. My vision is simple yet urgent: to make Nigeria's .ng domains a global benchmark for security, accessibility, and public trust. I will champion frameworks that project our digital assets, include every stakeholder, and promote transparent governance. Ensuring our domain space empowers startups, public institutions, and everyday Nigerians. Let's build a future where .ng isn't just a domain name, but a symbol of Nigeria's digital excellence. I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zakaria. In the spirit of fairness, since we don't have any online, yes, but we don't have their confirmation, I think it's only fair that we yield the floor to Ahmad. But has it confirmed readiness? Okay, maybe we take the person that's ready and then return to them. I'll yield the system here to you, Ahmad, so that you can. So, the virtual attendees, Ahmad would campaign to you from here. At my count of 3, it would start. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is Ahmad Mukoshe. I'm the founder and CEO of GigaLayer. With over a decade of experience in cloud and domain services, I present myself for the board of directors at NiRA. I have served NiRA for quite a long time, over a decade as well. Over the years, I have served as member of the technical committee. I've also served at the NiRA Academy. I've provided classes and lectures. I'm currently also a pioneer member and speaker at the Tech Convergence. I'm here to present myself for the policy and development of NiRA. My agenda stands at expanding the adoption of .ng domain names and also to strengthen infrastructure and security. With my experience in DNS and domain services, I stand to foster innovation and content creation, to champion policies that encourage startups, developers, and content creators to adopt .ng domain names. I also stand to uphold transparency and good governance, with advocacy for inclusive decision-making and sustainability in financial stewardship. I bring to this organization the skill of a developer, 30 seconds more, the experience of a practitioner, and the dedication of a leader. Thank you very much, and I solicit for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahmad. We still have Ezenwosu Ifedi. Ralph, I don't know if you're online. Eze, can you confirm if you're online and ready and willing to? Okay, we also have Philomena. Philo, can you confirm if you're online, ready and willing? We're unable to wait endlessly because of the. Yes, we also have outstanding Salami Adini. Are you there? Salami Adini Adioshi. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, at this point, the INEC has been as fair and as equitable as we possibly can. We don't have the benefit of time. So what we would do is I'll quickly take you through the report of the Electoral Committee. But before starting, I'd like to confirm to you that we want you to quickly explore the window of opportunity at your disposal to be able to vote your candidate. because at exactly 3:45 Nigerian time. So I'd like you to note that. At exactly 3:45 Nigerian time, we shall be, what? Yes, we shall be closing the voting portal. Thank you. So let me quickly go through. The report is by the chairman of the NiRA 2025 Elections Committee. If it is effectively and efficiently delivered, kindly attribute it to Reverend Sunday Folayo, who chaired the committee, alongside the wonderful immediate past NiRA president, Mr. Mohammed Rodman, who's equally the CEO of the Internet Exchange Point of Nigeria, a very fantastic collection of professionals, alongside my good self, Shino Badar. The slate report of the NiRA 2025 Elections Committee as at 12th April 2025. A, background. Section 3.2.4 of the Constitution empowers the board of NiRA to create the NiRA Governance Election Guideline, GEG, and also set up the NiRA Elections Committee, ECOM. The board has therefore set up the 2025 NiRA Elections Committee, made up of Reverend Canon Sunday Folayo, Mr. Mohammed Rodman, and Mr. Shino Badar. The committee was inaugurated via email by the president, Mr. Deshola Akinsoya, on the 11th of April 2025. The board shared the approved 2025 Governance Election Guidelines, GEG, with the committee at the commencement of its work. B, modus operandi. The committee met online for all its work using Zoom and WhatsApp. Reverend Canon Folayo was elected by members as the chair of the committee. Relying on section 1.3a, this constitution is supreme, and its provisions shall be binding on all members of the association in the conduct of their activities in the furtherance of the aims and objectives of NiRA, close of quote. And section 1.3c, if any other bylaw, resolution, or rule of the association is inconsistent with the provisions of this constitution, the constitution shall prevail, and other bylaw, resolution, and rule shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be null and void. The committee was therefore consistently guided by the Constitution and the GEG in that order in the discharge of its duties. C, eligibility. All nominations received by the Secretariat were acknowledged and then presented to members of the Elections Committee as at the close of nominations to the various offices. The following eligibility considerations were taken into consideration in coming up with the final slate of candidates. The committee proceeded to remove those who were affected by one or more eligibility criteria from the final slate in the following manner. 1. Relying on section 9.1 of the Constitution, which stipulates that nominations for the positions of trustees and the E-Board shall open 8 weeks prior to the AGM and close 21 days prior to the AGM, except there is a shortfall. Each nomination must be proposed by a financial member of NiRA who is eligible to vote under the provisions of this Constitution and agreed to by the nominee, who must also be a financial member of NiRA and eligible to contest. Only financial members of NiRA could nominate candidates for all the offices declared vacant in the e-board. 2, relying on section 9.5, which stipulates that only such members that have been financial members of the association for at least 2 years and have paid membership dues up to the current year and have attended at least one annual general meeting shall be eligible to contest. Candidates who are not members of NiRA were removed from the slate. Candidates who have been members for less than 2 years were removed from the slate. 3, still considering Article 9.5 above, but taking into consideration the additional provision of Section 7.3c of the Constitution that states thus, but subject to Clause 7.2, those rights and privileges shall be reinstated on the payment of all arrears. Payments received after the close of nominations were still considered, but candidates who had the backlog of dues more than 1 year, whether paid or unpaid, were removed from the slate. 4, still taking into consideration Section 9.5, relying on the records of AGM attendance as held by the NiRA Secretariat, stretching back to 2015. Within those records, we can validate attendance and apply them to our work. Candidates whose attendance of AGM since 2015 could not be verified from the list of AGM attendees were removed from the slate. 5, relying on Section 3.2.1a of the Constitution, which stipulates that members of the e-board shall serve for a 2-year term until the conclusion of the AGM held in the year that their term expires. Members of the e-board shall not hold the same office for more than 2 consecutive terms. Candidates who have completed 2 terms on a specific office and were re-nominated for the same office were removed from the slate. Candidates who were validly nominated for 2 different offices were requested to indicate the office of their preference for the purpose of the nomination slate. Candidates who work in the same organization as incumbent board members of NiRA were removed from the slate. D, valid nominations. Position nominations name, financial secretary, 1 vacant position, 1 valid nomination, the name of the nominee, or the name of the candidate, Chukwuemeka Fred Agbata. Treasurer, 1 vacant position, 3 valid nominations as at that time. 1, Ajiboye Mayowa. 2, Destiny Amana. 3, Lawrence Olawale Robert. However, let me add that based on the circumstances of some of the rules read above, one of the nominees for this position, Mr. Jiboye Mayowa, was removed from the slate. Board members, 3 vacant positions, 8 valid nominations. 1, Eze Unwosu Efedi Ralph. 2, Olamide Odeneye. 3, Olatunji Abibat Adeoti. 4, Philomena Oshoke Uguoke. 5, Salami Adeni Adeoshun. 6, Ahmad Mokoshi. 7, Zakaria Isa Zakaria. 8, Olasheni Omotola Mary. Recommendations of the committee. E, members of NiRA are invited to take special note that nominations only give a candidate the chance to get on the slate. Members will still vote for and elect those they believe can serve them well, and are encouraged to carefully consider each candidate and vote for those that they believe will be of good service to NiRA. F, the committee has produced 2 reports. These are: 1, this report, which contains the slate of valid candidates, which is meant for members in accordance with the Constitution. 2, a more detailed report that outlines the various parameters by which specific candidates did not make the final slate. This is being submitted to the board of directors of NiRA for documentation purposes and future references. G, appreciation. The committee appreciates the president and the entire members of the association for the opportunity to come up with a slate of candidates. The committee also appreciates the CEO and the entire NiRA secretariat for the diligent secretarial services accorded the committee in the discharge of its duties. Let me especially recognize the CEO. In the middle of the night, we'll call her up, we'll wake her up, and she would wake up, and I think she deserves a resounding round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this report was diligently delivered to you by Reverend Canon Sunday Adekunle Folayan, Chairman, 2025 NiRA Elections Committee. Thank you very much. Based on our timing, Madam CEO, am I correct to announce?
Yes, it's 3:45 on the dot.
Based on our timing and in line with whether you are in longitude, whatever, the NiRA elections for 2025 has formally been closed. The requirement of the law and our constitution and the guideline stipulates that we immediately announce the results of the constitution at this AGM. So you'll give us, maybe we have like 2-3 minutes of music while we quickly log in, because we did e-voting. So we will be able to instantly report the result of the election so as to...
Yeah. Thank you very much for that, sir. While I quickly use this opportunity, there's an aspect of what that we missed out. We didn't adopt the various reports. We didn't adopt them. So please, I just want to plead with you, with everyone now. Can I get someone to support the motion to adopt those reports and a seconder? Someone online and somebody physical. Yes, we don't. Can we get a show of hand? Yes, you can start. Okay, yes.
Okay, I wish you Remi Wike.
Thank you very much, sir. With Remi Wike for the adoption. Who is seconding? Mr. Victor Ayodeji. Thank you for seconding. I appreciate this.
You need to hear his voice.
Yes, please. Are you seconding Mr. Victor Ayodeji?
So you know which one is raising his hand?
Yes. You can unmute and talk.
Yes, I am. I'm seconding the motion. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Mr. Victor Ayodeji. So I'll yield the floor back to the election committee.
We're trying to log in. Not that we have any problem, but we're just trying to ensure that we're within the spirit of the law. So we'll crave that you give us 2 minutes while we
Okay, yes, so as the election committee will review the report right now. So we said we should give them 2 minutes.
Yes.
So they will display the report. If they have music. Okay, they should give us the results. Yeah, they will release the results shortly.
When I get music.
Yes, I think they have. Has been an exhausting day. Last week, as well. Yeah. The trustees are coming. They called me yesterday for a meeting, 8 p.m. I declined. Yeah, I told them I don't have.
Your microphone is on. We can still hear you chatting away.
Coming, seriously, they're coming. It's not like them. Yeah, actually.
It's like mashallah. What you guys have actually done is to play the awards ceremony.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, Mohammed, it will require.
Thank you. Play Kenya award, right? Where is it? I remember. Okay, you know what? Let me just log into, even if I log into Zoom, is a screenshot I would need to. You can log in. Let me see.
Mr. Badaru. Mr. Badaru, are you there?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that critical moment, and the requirement, the way and manner in which the system has been configured is that it requires the login and validation by members. So Shino Badaru cannot just, so you've seen the level of layer of security and the level of due diligence that's gone into this. Let me also speak to the fact that the committee, we did not annul the election. It was just the position of the law that because the election was part of that process, that and since the AGM was adjourned, we needed to refresh the process. I think that needs to be underscored. However, the main thing that you've all been waiting for, about where if you spotlight Mr. Mohammed Rodman, can you see him there? So that you're reasonably sure that it's across board. It would have displayed the results. However, let me read to you straight from, you can see it's straight from the, is he online? Okay, Mohammed, please, you can go ahead and publish to the community.
No, I did. It's active. I publish it to the members. Members can now see it if they check.
Is it via Zoom or?
No.
No,
When I say
on the
publish, it means
membership
on the
portal.
everybody on the portal. Can see it.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Everybody
Badaru,
on the
please go
portal can
ahead
see
and
it.
announce.
Okay.
Please go ahead and announce. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the position of Financial Secretary, name of candidate, Chukwu Emeka Fred Agbata. Number of votes, 222. Number of abstention, 15. So for that office of Financial Secretary, Mr. Chukwu Emeka Fred Agbata, the sole candidate for that position, is declared winner. For the position of treasurer, we have two candidates. We have 3 abstention. Mr. Lawrence Olawale Roberts polls 14 votes. Mr. Destiny Amana polled 220 votes. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that position is declared as Mr. Destiny Amana. For the positions, for the position of board members, we have Philomena Oshoke Remy, please. No, I want to pronounce that middle one correct. Oshoke, thank you. Uguoke polled 4 votes. Salami Adeniyi Adeosun 9 votes. Ezenwosu Ifedi Ralph 10 votes. Zakaria Isa Zakaria 30 votes. Olamide Odeneye 72 votes. Olasheni Omotola Mary 154 votes. Olatunji Abibat Adeoti 192 votes. Ahmad Mukoshi 227 votes. Ladies and gentlemen, based on the slate that we have before us, and based on the slots available in that, let me quickly check and be sure that for board member position, there are 3 vacant slots. And based on the results of the polls that we have before us, the board members with the 3 highest number of votes are Olasheni Omotola Mary with 154 votes, followed by Olatunji Abibat Adeoti, 192 votes. Ahmad Mukoshi, who polled the highest number of votes, 227 votes. So based on the provisions of the constitutions and our election guidelines, Mr. Ahmad Mukoshi, Madam Olatunji Abibat Adeoti, and Madam Olasheni Omotola Mary are declared winners. Ladies and gentlemen, I think our job is done. Thank you very much. At this junction, I want to thank you all for reposing confidence in us. We didn't collect Ghana must go. We didn't skew the process, and we all collectively remain committed to the goal of a truly greater NiRA. We wish all the winners a great and exciting years ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please don't go. Don't go. Please. Yes, my justice take pictures. Okay. This is to
I turned on my camera. Can you see me
2025 electoral election committee led by our able Reverend Kano Sunday Folayan, Mr. Mohamed Rudman, Mr. Shino Badru, and ably supported by our CEO. We want to thank them profusely for this great work that they've done. And I know it had been some front and back with so many things, but there is no losers here. Yes, it's one community. That is what I always tell people. Is everybody should come and contribute. So please, there's no losers here and there's no winners. So please, we are all winners. Let me just put it that way. We are all winners. It's NiRA that is winning. And for all the the incoming directors. It's congratulations to you, and please, I know the secretariat in a couple of days will be reaching out. Thank you again to the election committee. We are indeed very grateful for all that you have done. And to the NiRA community, we want to thank you for the whole process. It had been free, fair, and they've done their due diligence and what have you. Having said that, please, just within a couple of some minutes, we are going to run up. Now, that is item 6 on the election. So we are on item 7, AOB. I have some things to say. So the floor is open. If you have, please kindly raise up your hand if you have comments or things to say. AOB. So you can come up. Sorry? I can't hear you. No. No, no. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, okay, no problem. Yes, I'm gonna take him. So please quickly, I don't want us to waste much time. Please, I have one of the incoming directors here. He's gonna join us here. We'll take picture. He's gonna take pictures with us. And the people that also want to take picture, we're gonna take that. So, but AOB, I see, is that a hand up? Behind me. Okay, yes, sir. Oh, okay, yes. So, please permit me. So we have Mr. Ahmad Mukoshi of Gigalea. Please, yeah, indeed, welcome. Please, let's appreciate him to come and join us. Welcome. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. Don't worry, there's enough money to buy it.
Mommy, have you cut out?
Okay, so okay, there's an hand up, Mr. Victor or Sibajo. Please quickly, so that I know we need to run up this meeting. I'm going to still mention some things. Please, you have the floor. Please unmute. Okay, yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Hope I'm audible enough. Hello.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Congratulations to all the winners. Just have one observation. Is the manifesto, is it just for the implement of the constitution? Because I can see that they are coming after the election has already ended. So the relevant is just what I just want to know. And that's supposed to have commenced before the beginning of the election. It came later, maybe after the period. I'm just that.
I'm told that it was. Okay, please kindly. Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Any other hands? Okay, so please can you just mute that? Okay, thank you. AOB, I did mention to Mr. Lawrence Lawali Roberts about his concern that during the AOB, I'm gonna respond to his open letter to us. And if you indeed look at all those comments when it came in, it was during the election process, and the election committee had some recommendations. It had some recommendations to the board, and the board had looked at it. It's a work in progress. I can still mention, and I'm going to mention part of those concerns to see that they are addressed. One, we could see that you said the quorum was not formed. So we noticed that most of the board resolution to this will require constitutional amendments. It's going to require constitutional amendments, and as you can see, there has been so much emphasis on the CRC to equally review our committee, the constitution, sorry. So the quorum adjustment, so there's going to be, the board is proposing a constitutional amendment to change the quorum from 1/3 to 25% of the financial members. So this is also part to see to address the issue where quorums are not formed. We're also looking at you mentioned the issue surrounding vote stacking and the rest. So the committee, the board looked at this, and we resolve that corporate organizations they may register multiple members. They may have members, but can cast a maximum of 5 votes. We want to limit people having more votes, just to make sure that is curtailed to make sure no single organization will have a large number of votes to equally to influence some things. These are yes, no, it's that one. I think people can hear me. So this is part of will require constitution amendment also. It will require constitutional amendment. So this is what the board is looking at. We also saw the part where opening the voting process, 24 hours. So it's part of what the constitution, the board is also looking at, and we want to strengthen the election committee. We want to strengthen them is sort of having like a sort of verification as will I say contestants now are coming up. There will going to be like a verification process to make sure that due diligence are checked for people coming on the board of NiRA. So this also requires in-depth things to be done, constitutional review. So like I said, it's a work in progress. It's part of what this board have penciled down to make sure is going to be done. So please just watch out for us. We're going to engage the General Assembly as the board will discuss further, and also carry the trustees along to make sure that the constitution is reviewed. So that is just my comments on all what's the petition. We saw a lot of things. I want to give kudos to the election committee. They were able to equally handle all the various views, to make sure that they are well balanced and settled. So thank you for that. So part of we are nearing the closing formalities.
Sorry, Mr. President.
Just an item before that. They said open mic. So I don't, please, if there's a show of hands, I know we've taken that thing. Okay, we have one hand here. Anybody online? Okay, there's none. So please, yes, please, you can go ahead. Can you, so that they can use this? So thank you very much, sir.
All right. Good day, everyone. I'm sure the day is fast spent. We wish to thank everyone, especially the president, the ESCO, that's E-board, the management, and all of us. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm standing on behalf of the Board of Trustees to thank everyone who has participated in this exercise, especially the election committee, the way they were able to handle things very maturely to make sure everything went on peacefully. So we thank everyone for participating, from the contestants to the voters and the management team for the support they have given to ensure that NiRA continue to grow from strength to strength. So I thank you all on behalf of the BOT. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ogbefi. Thank you very much, sir. As a member of Board of Trustees, thank you for that comment. So we are on the last item, that is closing formalities right now. It's to closing remarks. We need to still move for adjournments, right? Okay, you want to say something? Okay, you want to move? Oh, okay. So we want to move for adjournment of this AGM. I have seen Olutola. Thank you. Move for motion to adjourn this AGM. Okay, somebody is seconding online. Yes, let's just take it there. Mr. Victor. So thank you, Mr. Victor Oshibajo, for seconding the motion. This is to appreciate everybody for, it has been a long and exhausting day, rainy day, from 11 a.m. to past 4. So please, thank you all, and is to all the contestants, it's we're all winners. So please, let's work together to move the association forward. I appreciate everybody. Okay, I can see a hand here. Okay, the chairperson of the trustees, ma'am, you have the floor.
Okay, I just wanted to say a very big thank you to the president and his team, the elections committee headed by Canon Afolayan, and all the members that have conducted themselves so maturely at this meeting. I want to say thank you, and I look forward to our making huge progress in the years ahead as we move on in the field and in the business that we have come into. God bless you. Thank you very much. It's raining there, but it's dry here, and I've been up so early because I'm not in the same time zone with you, but I thank God that everybody had been patient to wait till the end. God bless you, and bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that comments and appreciation. Thank you very much. It's closing remark. We've moved for motion to adjourn this meeting. So this AGM is adjourned. So we all see at 2026 AGM by God's grace. So have a blessed evening. I think it's past 4. Have a blessed evening. Thank you very much. So we'll just take a picture. Please, let's take a picture with you, sir. So that, please. Yes. Okay, yes, we need to take closing prayer, please. Yes. Closing prayer. Can do we have it online? Eh? Sir? Yes, it's in the program. Yes, it's in the program. So let's recite.
Not be easy to memorize this stuff. Not be easy to memorize.
Is the third stanza? Yes, the third one. That's the prayer. So 1, 2, go. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate everyone. Thank you. We're indeed grateful. Thank you, everybody online. It has been a wonderful time. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you,
let's take
everybody.
pictures.
Grateful.
Yes, let's take pictures.
All
Yes.
right. Thank
Yes.
you, Mr. President.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Congratulations, all the elected members. Well done.